with 13 rebounds. Career high came in the season opener against Grand Canyon. Also, second time he's had a double-double this season. Identical statistics of 10 points, 13 rebounds in that game against Grand Canyon. So I've got Coach Martin here.
Just didn't put up much of a fight today, and if we're not going to put up a fight, we're not talented enough to be able to play with a team like Kentucky. Cal's got these guys playing just together, united on both ends of the floor. They outworked us, outran us, out-rebounded us, out-screened us, out-toughed us. So if we didn't win any of those categories, it was going to be hard for us to put up any kind of a fight today.
Frank, two things. One, can you talk about what differences you saw in Kentucky from now versus 3 weeks ago? And also, you've also talked about you didn't think John Calipari got enough credit for what he does. His selection today to be one of the finalists for the Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cal's so deserving of that. It's what he does for kids, for our game, the way his teams play. I don't know why he's never received the kind of credit that he deserves. He's real good, and I'm so happy for that. It was hard for me to judge their team today because I thought they played with the same resolve 3 weeks ago. I just thought we fought. Today we didn't fight, and so the game got away from us, and so it's hard for me to judge how good they are today because we didn't put up a fight. It's like we walked in there, as soon as we got punched, we went down, and we never fought back. So it's hard to see. It's hard to see if someone would have, like, we fought back 3 weeks ago. So I got a feel for their basketball team. I know they're real good. I don't need to compare them to anybody, but it's hard to answer that part of it because we just didn't fight today.
Frank, what did you think of Sindarius' play? It seemed like he was being pretty aggressive throughout the entire game. Yeah,
he's been playing better and better. He's the one guy on our team that actually never went away. But you're not going to beat Kentucky with one guy trying and everyone else just kind of waiting for the buzzer to sound. Sin. I've got to help Sin. Sin's trying to do his part. I've been begging for leadership and all that the whole year. And here over the last couple of weeks, he's really, really trying to embrace that role. And I've got to help him there.
Frank, was there anything early you saw that sort of sent up a warning that, hey, this thing, we're not ready to compete?
Yeah, Jerry, I can sit here and tell you about having to practice with 8 guys for the last 2 weeks and all that. You don't want to hear that, and I don't want to hear it. It's we made some adjustments on how we wanted to attack them offensively because obviously last time we won all the effort plays, but offensively we didn't do a very good job. And I thought that the adjustments we made, we tried to execute them early. We missed shots, and those missed shots led us to hang our heads. And if you hang your head against a team like Kentucky, you see what happens. And I thought we were fine going into the first media timeout. I think the score was 6-2 or 8-4 or something like that. And I liked the shots we had gotten. I liked what we had tried to do. But we had guys miss shots. And And then we hung our heads. And as soon as you do that against them, it's a problem.
Frank, good to see you again. How much of today, it seemed like you guys were just dribbling the ball at the top of the key with about 4 or 5 seconds left on the shot clock on multiple possessions. How much of that is what they do defensively and as compared to maybe you guys not executing on offense?
We were. That's kind of the adjustment we made based on their switch. The idea was not for guys to hold the ball for the whole shot clock. We just, early on, we attacked it. We tried to do the things we spoke about. But as the game evolved, we just stopped doing it. And, the only guy on our team that tried to do what we spoke about doing was Sindarius. He's the only guy. Everyone else was a day late, dollar short. And it just, you can't succeed if you hang your head. I don't care what your game plan is. If you hang your head, it's not going to work. And today we had guys hanging their heads. And Kentucky's not the kind of team that you want to do that, not just because of their talent, but because of how hard they play. And it is good to see you too, Spencer.
Frank, does it look like Stroman's going to be laid up for a while? It seems pretty, that infected throat, and he hadn't eaten for a week. Does it look like he might be back in a game or two?
Yeah, we're hoping he was going to be released from the hospital tonight, but I think they're going to keep him for at least one more day. He means a lot to our team. I had someone ask me the other day, who's the closest thing you got to a leader in your locker room? And I said, Marcus Stroman. And they thought I was joking. And, he's a courageous young man. He's your consummate point guard. If you think about when we played Kentucky at home, the game never got away from us, and we didn't end up dribbling around 27 times, and his minutes were way up. Marcus is a real fun kid to coach. He's a heck of a teammate. He makes mistakes, and there's things that he does that he doesn't understand when to do them and not to do them yet in a game, especially at this kind of level. But he helps us tremendously. But right now, the only thing that matters is his health. I'm just hoping that he gets out of that hospital, because kids his age don't deserve to be in a hospital for 4 or 5 days like the way he's been.
Anyone else?
Thank you.
South Carolina players will be available outside their locker room.
Yes.
John, was this the kind of crunching that you were looking for, the more step on them?
We played well. Offensively, we were really good, which created a pretty big gap. But I thought we defended. We played with great energy. And we needed to play a game like this. What we need to be is in a war where we get up 13, and then we push it to 20. Where the other team's battling, and it's 6, 4, 5, and it gets to 13, and we get it to 20. That's where we've been lacking right now.
John, can you talk about the honor you got today in connection with the Hall of Fame? I'm honored and humbled when you see all the people they're talking about, and then people that I followed their whole careers. And again, it doesn't mean they still have other votes. This means you're a finalist. But I would say what I tell my team all the time. During the season, it is about our team. And when the season ends, it's about individuals. Right now, we're in a season, so I'm not going to address it. This is it. I just addressed it. So I'm not talking about it anymore. When the season ends, if you want to ask me about it, I'll talk about it.
Coach, this was the first game, and I think 5 that Dominique did not start. The last one was actually the last South Carolina game. I was wondering if you could speak about why and what.
Well, Trey has been out, so I went and tried to continue to play 9 guys. So Trey was out, and the good news is he had his opportunity to really play. And now Trey's back. We got to get back in that rhythm, and I told him and I told his teammates that I'm making this decision. Based on Dom's good. He's just not as good as some of the other guys, and they deserve their minutes. So that's why we did it. But he's, Again, he was in the same position a year ago. We played Michigan, and he went in and guarded Skauskas and did a great job. So I know we can count on him if we need him.
Cal, a little while back you were talking about Wally Pipp with Dakari. It didn't seem like he was really making you happy with his effort, the way he was playing. Did something change today? Did he look more like what you wanted?
Well, he hadn't been fighting. He hadn't been fighting in practice, hadn't been fighting in the games, letting the other guy outwork him. Well, then he's not the same guy. Today, he gets 13 rebounds, I believe. I mean, he went after every ball, and he did it in, 10 points, 13 rebounds, a double-double in 21 minutes. Carl, on the other hand, got those 2 rebounds late because I told him, you got 2 rebounds. You got 2 rebounds. And so he went in there and rebounded and did some good stuff. But like I said, we're good. Our post play is good. We're really good. We're making threes now. We can really beat you pretty good.
John, did Willie make strides in terms of being one of the best players, as you said?
Yeah, he made some shots. He's still, if he get too close, his balance is bad at times when he gets physically pushed around. But, like I said, I was pleased with him and, pleased with our team. We're a good team. Duh. How good? We're still trying to figure out how good. But I know we're a good team. Now, where do we want to go with this? I thought Andrew was great today. I thought Aaron played, Devin played, Tyler played. They all played. Trey got beat on a defensive breakdown. I took him out. You're out. You're not doing that. You got to focus on this. And the same with Carl. I thought Carl was a little lackadaisical in the second half. Boom, let the other kid play. I thought Marcus Lee did some good things today. It's good to see him play well.
This is sort of arbitrary. It's a regular season thing, but do you try to let your players know to enjoy making some history? I mean, today you guys tied.
I told him. I said, you just tied a record of the most storied program in the country. You tied a record, and you're all freshmen and sophomores, and Willie. You tied a record. You're all freshmen and sophomores, and Willie. And you played an unbelievable schedule, one of the best non-conference schedules in the country, and you're one of the best leagues in the country. He said, so you got today off and you got Sunday off. I gave him 2 days.
Questions, guys? With James and Julius in town, have you had a chance to speak with them, and how did those conversations go?
Yeah, I did. I just saw James for the first time. Julius was in the office last night. Yesterday, and I spent some time with him, and he was teasing me at the press conference yesterday. But it's great to see those guys. Now, I am going to the All-Star game to see all my other children. So as I give them Sunday off, I'm going to go to a high school game at 2 o'clock on Sunday, and then I'm going to that game there, and then I'm flying back Sunday night. Be here to get ready for Monday and Monday's practice and travel to Tennessee.
John, Carl had some nice baskets early on in the game. When he's going offensively, does that elevate you guys to a whole other level?
Yep. He's just got to fight and stay focused. He can shoot free throws. He's a good shooter. He played 17 minutes today. We had, how many guys had 8 or more points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's pretty good when you're talking about playing guys 20 minutes, 23. The most played was Andrew, but Andrew's playing really good right now.
John, not to say you were in a bad mood at times last year, but it seems like you've been really good and really enjoying the last couple of weeks. Are you just enjoying this a whole lot more than at this time a year ago?
I'm telling you, winning is so much more fun than losing. You have no idea. It just is. I mean, losing stinks. And so, we had to learn from a lot of stuff last year. And it was frustrating that they weren't getting it quick enough. But by the end of the year, we got it. By the end of the year, everyone was happy. I was extremely happy for those guys.
John, by your all standards, the defense has been slightly less than it was. What made the difference today, do you think?
I think we were able to switch and really take them out of some of the stuff. And the other thing was we were able to block some shots. That's why I got on Carl the one play. He could have blocked it. Look, when you're blocking shots in there, it forces them to take jump shots. Now think about the last 3 games. 6-foot guards were driving on 7-foot players shooting layups. And then you're saying, why are they shooting 50% or 47 or 46? That was why. They were shooting layups on our big guys. So we've kind of gotten after it a little bit. And what I did in practice for 2 days, and you guys that know me, last year we practiced long last year, late in the year, because we needed it. Normal case, we back up off practice this time of the year. Well, we went back Thursday to an hour of scrimmaging, and they got after each other. And I even scrimmaged in 15 minutes yesterday, which I never do. It's our advantage. We got a good group of players that need to go after. They don't want to do drills. They look at me and say, stop the drills. Let's play. Throw it up. But you're juggling balls. What balls are you juggling? You don't want anybody. You want to keep everybody healthy. But I think this team needs to, again, I'm learning about them. They're a young team, so we need to scrimmage a little bit. We'll probably scrimmage 15 minutes on Monday. They'll have Wednesday off, and on Thursday, we'll scrimmage for an hour. We'll go up and down the court.
You mentioned you're going to the All-Star game tomorrow. What did you feel when DeMarcus finally got his first All-Star berth?
Well, I thought he deserved it based on the numbers and all the other stuff. He really did, but so did Damon. He deserved it too. I mean, he's a really good player, and I love the fact that DeMarcus called him and said, you should have got in, which tells me a lot of how much DeMarcus has grown. But what's really neat is you have 2 players on the starters in John Wall and Anthony Davis. And Anthony, I don't believe, is going to play, but you also have in the sophomore game, you have Nerlens Noel. And if Carmelo doesn't play, I think Brandon would be in, but I have a feeling he is going to play. But Brandon's in the skills stuff, and our guys are doing well. I mean, it's really great to see, and I told them, you guys get in there, I'm going to get up there. So it kind of fell where I could make sure I get up there.
2 more guys. Cal, how intense are those scrimmages when you're going up against each other?
They argue, fight, foul, grab, and whoever loses has to run. If I forget to tell them to run, whoa, White's got to run. And then I got to make them run, and then so they don't, if they beat somebody, they're making that other team run. They're really competitive. Plus, you got all these big people. I mean, you got 3, 4, 7-footers on the court playing. Both teams are big. Both teams have good guards. Both teams shoot it well. So.
Cal, Anthony said at the All-Star festivities, I guess, today that his 2012 team would, I think, destroy this year's team. Weigh in on that one.
Did he say that? But if you asked DeMarcus, what would he say? The same thing. And then if you asked Brandon Knight and Terrence Jones in that group, what would they say? We would kill them. So that's fine. The good news is other than playing here and playing against each other, I would tell you this, they'll all root for each other. And this team now has done something all those teams haven't done. And I remember Brandon Knight, when we got to the Final Four, when he made that game winner, he was so jacked about is they went farther than the team before. Like everybody said we weren't going to be as good. Well, we just went farther than our 2010 team that went 0 for 20 in a regional 0 for 20 from the 3-point line in a regional final. But anyway.
Thanks, guys. Calipari, Willie, and Andrew, Postgame. Oh, my bad. Dwayne's okay.